Hey everyone, we got tired of those boring old sets that they were making us do. So we told Will and the guys at Lake TV we want to arrive in style. I'm Jessica Bruce.
I'm Nicole O'Sullivan with the O'Sullivan Bruce Group. Welcome back to this month's edition of the Monthly Market Update. Like she said, brought to you exclusively by Lake TV.
All right, enough chit chat down here. Let's dry off and let's get to it.
All right, guys, we dried off. We're ready to go. We're gonna do this quick so we can get back out there because it's hot out here.
That's right. Before Nicole's eyelashes fall off, something crazy happens. God only knows.
I knew that was coming.
Okay,
Anyway.
I'm sure all of you are interested. Everybody's talking about it. What's the market doing? Are we gonna
Has it
crash?
changed?
Yeah, what is happening? So what we're seeing is trending same along the national average. So volume is staying the same, meaning, the amount of property being sold, that number is staying the same. However, the number of units is down. So what does that mean? That means that homes are still selling, not quite as at a rapid pace, but they're still selling for more than they did last year. So looking at it down here, we are not in a recession, prices are not falling, the sky is not dropping. And same goes for inventory. We're not seeing as much inventory as we did last year on the market. And so inventory is actually down. And so that does go hand in hand with why, not as many units are selling as they did last year.
Everyone knows interest rates are going up and yada yada, but I mean, buyers are getting more savvy and there's a lot of unknowns. And so, you can't just pick a price anymore.
Correct. Yeah, it was getting a little out there that sellers are like, well, let's just try it.
Throw
Let's see
this
this number will
and
work.
then they get it. And I'm just like, okay, never mind, don't listen to me.
So, and again, homes are staying on the market now for roughly 2 to 4 weeks, before going under contract. Let's rewind back in, 2018, 2019. It would take quite a few months to get your property sold. So for a property to sit there for 2 to 4 weeks before it goes under, the sky is not falling, people. That's not even normal. That's not even back to normal times.
And I think we just ran some numbers about this time last year, the average sale price was $305,000. And this year it's up to $350,000.
Correct.
So that kind of shows you, why volume is still up because property values are higher. So
that's kind of what we're seeing. It's predicting that more interest rates will happen, or interest rate hikes will happen as we continue through the 2022 year. But interest is still at a really good rate. The average interest rate right now, I think, is at 5.5%.
Yeah, 5.5%.
5.5%. Same time last year. Obviously it was lower than that, but the 20-year, average is much higher than 5.5%. So, and I'm sure you've seen all the, memes, is that what you call them on Facebook?
Memes.
How much is your credit card interest? You're still buying stuff on there, aren't
Yeah.
you? So 5.5%, is not a bad price to pay.
And something else that is rapidly increasing is rental rates. So, and obviously the value is going to continue to rise as well, property values. So now is a great time to get in and invest in properties for rentals because that rental rate is just going to increase and property values are just going to increase. So now's a great time to get in. And
correct. Yeah. Rates for full-time rentals, I'm going to go say hand in hand with nightly rentals, etc., are still going to continue to climb. So for investors, it's still a good time to pick up property.
Great time to pick up property.
Anyways, enough about that.
Okay.
So let's get Heather out and chat with her. She's here visiting us from the CVB. So let's get to it.
Hey Jess,
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me? as promised, we have Heather Brown here. She is the Executive Director of the Convention of Visitors Bureau.
That's right.
How do you get that title? I want that title.
A lot of people don't know what a Convention and Visitor Bureau is because not every area has one. Most people are familiar with a Chamber of Commerce. A lot of communities have Chamber of Commerces that support your local businesses. However, in tourism areas, Convention and Visitor Bureaus are very common. So here at Lake of the Ozarks, we cover Miller, Morgan, and Camden counties. So back in 1932, the dam was constructed in 1931, and shortly after, a group of people said, you know what, this is so spectacular. People are gonna come from all over the nation to just enjoy what we just built.
Yeah.
And so the Convention and Visitor Bureau was formed at that time. So a lot of people don't realize we're 90 years old.
That's just
so.
wow, I know.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed.
Yes.
But they even like thought of that back then.
Yeah, and so it's really exciting. So when people see like pandemics and they go through all these, you know, national issues that happen, I'm like, we were created in the Great Depression. We've got this. We've got this. So, so what we do is we promote tourism. Our job is to attract people from outside of the community and get them to come here and spend money and enjoy what we have. Okay. So that's our job. So we do that in a lot of ways. So one of them is we have a vacation and services guide, which goes, we print over 100,000 of those. This past year we printed 125,000, and we will be out of them come November.
Wow.
So we send that to people who say, hey, I'm coming to Lake of the Ozarks, send me more information. So they'll get a book. They're at AAA centers, visitor centers.
I see them everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Literally.
We also distribute them locally in case you didn't get one before you came. It's a great guide while you're here.
Okay.
We also do the restaurant guide.
Okay.
And that's distributed
huge one,
locally.
yeah.
Yep. A lot of people like those in their condos, hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Vacation
Great.
rentals, we put
Everywhere.
them everywhere.
Yep. It's a great resource. And so we have those two publications, and we're also membership based, very much like a chamber. So you do have to pay dues to be a part of our organization. And then by being a part of the organization, you also get a free listing on funlake.com.
Okay.
Funlake.com is probably the #1 reason people join. We partner with the people that collect the lodging tax. And
Okay.
through the lodging tax collection, what we do is provide services to them. So we create their ad campaigns. We have funlake.com, and they use that to promote the area. So if you search cleaning business, Lake of the Ozarks, and you're on funlake.com, you will pop up on page 1 on Google, which is huge.
Very cool.
Because most cleaning businesses,
Wow. Yeah.
it takes a lot of
Right,
years to
right,
get that
yeah.
type of
Definitely.
recognition. Same with real estate, same with, you know, marinas, things like that. If you
Yeah,
search
okay.
marinas, Lake of the Ozarks, boat rentals, Lake of the Ozarks, if you're on our boat rental page, you're gonna be on page 1 of Google.
Okay.
So it's really exciting, lots of great recognition, but we're here to have fun. It's Fun Lake, we promote fun.
Yeah, I like
and so we promote tourism.
Speaking of tourism, what have you seen from past years? So like last year to this year, have you seen any difference in numbers or?
Yeah, so we actually have. So we operate on a fiscal year. So a lot of people, you know, operate on a calendar year, January through December. We operate July 1st through June 30th. And the reason we do that is we correlate with the government. So the state of Missouri, we get co-op funding from the state of Missouri to help with the budgeting, and they match dollars. The state was phenomenal last year with sales tax collection. So they obviously take what that previous year did and they decide how to spend the upcoming year based off of past collections.
Yeah.
Luckily, because of that, they gave Missouri Division of Tourism more dollars. So they doubled our marketing co-op dollars here at Lake of the Ozarks, which is through Tri-County Lodging Association.
Yeah.
And so that's huge for us. That means you just added another $225,000 to our marketing budget.
That's
so that's
amazing.
huge
Yeah.
for us. So we're still getting the pandemic and the COVID type sales tax dollars trickled down to our organization. We kind of take 2020 and 2021 and we just say those are weird years, and we try not to compare.
Yeah.
But we do compare to 2019 a lot because that was our last normal year.
Okay.
Through the end of April, which is lodging tax collection, we were up about 14% through that.
Okay.
We're still waiting on more up-to-date data, but that's still pretty good considering.
Absolutely. Yes.
But keep in mind that goes from last July
Right. too.
Through April.
Okay.
So that does cover some of last summer. So we are noticing just a different, through the pandemic, we had a different visitor type.
Yes,
So it wasn't our
absolutely.
typical visitor we had seen in years past.
Yeah.
I think this year it's kind of going back a little more normal. Not quite, I don't think we'll ever go back to 2019, but it's not the visitor we've had the last 2 years. What they do when they come down here has changed. So with the gas prices, inflation, they just are more strategic in the type of activities that they do while they're down here. They're still here. Our businesses are still busy. The hotels are still sold out on weekends.
I feel like we always judge if the lake's busy by the traffic Friday.
Yep.
Yes.
And then if the lake is busy on like a Saturday.
Yes.
And it has been a little different, you know, on a Saturday midday, you look out there and there hasn't been as many boats. So people automatically assume that there's not people down here, but
They are.
Yeah.
Try to
They
go
are.
eat
They
on
are.
that Saturday.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah, I
at
don't even do
pools,
it.
they're
Yeah.
at other attractions, they're still spending money,
Yeah.
which tourism dollars isn't just lodging or it isn't just boating, and it's everything. It's all of those sales tax codes that are related to tourism, shopping, dining, everything. So we look at the big picture.
So if any of our viewers wanted to become a member or talk to you, how would they do so?
So go to funlake.com. I'm just going to leave it simple. It's fun as in have some fun today. FUNLAKE. Some people think I say sun, like up in the sky. No, it's fun. We sell fun. Funlake.com. We have a join our organization page. You can fill it out. We'll get a hold of you. We are membership based, so it's very simple and it's very minimal for the amount of exposure you get.
Speaking of members, we're here, like we said, at Surdyke, and they're a member as well.
Yes.
I know that they've got several locations around the lake.
They do, yeah.
They handle pretty much everything. They've got new and used boat sales, service department, tons of rentals. They're kind of like the go-to place, so.
They do.
Yeah.
They're huge supporters, not only in the tourism industry, but in the community as a whole.
They really have, yeah.
Their family does a lot between working here at the marina and the highway store, but they have a dance studio, which my daughter's involved with, which I absolutely adore them. And so we're very lucky to have them in this community and support tourism. And they also, Greg sits on the Bike Fest website, so they support a lot of events that come to the area that help grow tourism. So we love that you guys are shooting here and supporting
Yeah,
them. So,
perfect.
yes.
Well, thank you so much
Yes,
for
thank you.
coming out. We know you're super busy, and
That's
so
okay.
we very much appreciate it.
Yes,
so.
thanks for having me anytime.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us, and it's time to wrap up. Just want to have a huge shout out to Heather Brown with CVB, and of course Surdyke for lending us these awesome wave runners today.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we've been hearing a lot how you guys are enjoying the editions each month, and maybe you do have more questions. You don't have to call us just to buy or sell. Obviously, that's what we do, but we will answer your questions anytime, day or night. We eat, sleep, breathe real estate, so if you just want to call, pick our brain and chit chat.
Yep.
I'm Jessica Bruce.
I'm Nicole O'Sullivan with the O'Sullivan Bruce Group. We'll see you next time.